Okay, I think we're live, Blake.
We're live, nice.
Caden's here. Yeah, we'll give
Hey,
people
how
a
are you,
minute to
buddy?
grab their coffee. Blake says hi. He's got noise canceling headphones in, so I don't know if he can hear you, but Blake was saying hi to you.
Hey, how are you, buddy? He's not listening
Just
to
give him
you
a-
talk, I guess. He's probably
Not me, not any of us. He's watching a movie on his iPad. How did we survive as parents? Like, if you think back to our parents of the day, how did
I
we
know.
even survive
I was
without
thinking about
electronics?
that. I was thinking about that we for one Christmas we got a wood burning set. Remember that? It was like it had a cord on it that was like this long, and you plugged it into the wall, and it heated up to like 1,000 degrees. You're upstairs in your room for hours burning stuff.
Yeah,
What
the
could
good
go
old
wrong?
days. No, I know. So good. It's so good. Oh, Madeline's here. Good morning.
Morning.
Happy Fun Friday. I usually give people 2 minutes. I kind of just drink coffee for 2 minutes and then we'll get started as we build this vibrant audience for you today. I don't know. I got nothing. Hi, Kathy. Oh, Jim's here. Happy Thanksgiving. Hi, Rochelle. It always makes me really happy when there's a guest that people actually tune in to watch, because I feel like that'd be like, just kidding. I don't have any friends.
Just copying by yourself.
It's just you, Blake. You're my only friend. Well, we will get our Fun Friday started. So please continue to say good morning in the comments as you join us and have a little bit of fun. The greatest thing I think about Virtual Coffee Club, outside of connecting with people every day, is the opportunity to have a guest join us on Friday mornings and have some fun. So I'd like to introduce you to my pal, my friend. We've been friends for how long now? It's over 10 years, like a long time, I feel. This is Blake Reid, everybody. So Blake, welcome to Fun Friday.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jody. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here.
And you got coffee in hand, so it works.
I was working on a tune. I just about missed it.
Oh, well, I was sitting here and my son was like, "You have a guest, don't you?" I'm like, "I think so, but you never really know. You never really know." Now, if people aren't familiar with Blake Reid, because there might be a couple who are finding new friends all over the world every day with Coffee Club, and if they haven't met you before, you are a singer-songwriter based out of, what we call it? Are you still Southern Alberta, or are you Central Alberta?
I'm Southern, Southwest Alberta, a little town called Dog Pound. A dot on a map. There's a few coyotes, some deer, and about 6 people that live around me. So, out in the sticks in Southwest Alberta.
So you can COVID cohort with the whole town and still be safe. Like, that's pretty awesome.
I don't even know that there's something happening, right? So yeah, everybody's isolated. You get high centered on a banjo out here in Cremona, Dog Pound area. But anyways, yeah.
Because we'd put on Facebook that everyone had to pray to the internet gods that we'd be able to connect long enough today to have a conversation. So far, so good.
Yeah, it's working. So
it's awesome. So you do have you farmed for a long time too, and you have a real adult person job. Not that musicians aren't considered adult jobs, but I think we like to give you a hard time about that sometimes. Mostly probably because we're jealous. Yeah.
A lot of musicians have day gigs, but yeah, I went to U of A, and I often tell the story when I'm performing that I went to University of Alberta in Edmonton. So grew up on a family farm that's been in the family for 100 years. Went to Edmonton, studied, wanted to be a veterinarian, actually, Jody. So I
did not know this about you.
I did 3 years of pre-vet, and I had 1 more year of animal science before I transferred to Saskatoon to vet school. And I just wasn't my bag. And to be honest with you, Pilsner and biochemistry got in the way of my vet dream. I started a band up there called Livestock. I've been picking guitar and playing ever since. And then I moved back to the farm and farmed for a number of years. And yeah, so I still have the land, and I got a day gig, and I play music.
And you do all the things, which I think is cool. And you grew a fairly substantial beard during COVID, I noticed.
Yeah, I know.
It looks a little more trimmed today, but I saw some pictures throughout the last 7 months where I was like, I'm not sure what's happening to Blake Reid.
It's the dog pound lockdown. I can only go from shoulders up to Jody, because I put on about 25 pounds of hair and belly. So.
We all have. It's fine. We'll just walk around. When we can finally really be together, we'll all just wear cardboard boxes to hide the rest of it. No, you know what? We're just going to be jolly together, and we won't care. Yeah, we'll still stay 2 meters away trying to hug. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, someone has a question. How far is he from High River? The pinnacle of earth for Jim is High River, because he's from New York, but he knows where High River is.
Oh,
so
nice.
You'd be north and then west a little bit.
Yeah, so just inside 2 hours drive from High River. So
yeah, feels like 100 sometimes. Feels like 100.
But High River is nestled kind of in the foothills as well. So if you follow the mountains up, that's where I'm at. So
yeah. Mark, who's listening to us from Sydney, Australia today, says that Dog Pound sounds like Dog River from Corner Gas. Kind of. It probably is the same kind of characters. Yeah.
You could definitely make a reality television show out here with the characters out in Dog Pound and the Rocky Mountains of Alberta, for sure.
Maybe you should. Maybe that should be what you're doing. If we get locked down again for a second wave, that's your challenge. I want you to live stream Dog Pound for me. Yeah.
We'd all get banned, Jody. We get banned from all social media. You follow my brother, like, he has more Facebook
actually
vacations than anybody. So
yeah, I forgot about Cam. Yeah, my bad. You are correct. You stand corrected. Now, another fun fact about you that you probably said 1,001 times, but just for the new people who are going to head to this website at the bottom of the screen here to go check you out more and download the music so that Blake can get out of Dog Pound, is that your family farm was bought by a country music legend.
Yeah, actually, so my family farm where I grew up or where I live now. So my grandpa came from Wisconsin in 1902, and and I'm going to tell this story, Jody. I just kind of learned this story. It's a funny story. So my great grandpa came from Wisconsin. He was a well digger, and he heard there's opportunities in southwestern Alberta when the land opened up. So he loaded his family and his well digger tools and all this onto the train, and then came to Alberta, and he started a life there. And so fun fact, he built a sod shack, which is what they did back in the day when they were homesteading. And in the spring, it was because it was sod and started to warm up. It was the green grass that was growing on the sod, and the milk cow actually fell through the middle of the house because the cow got on the sod shack and was eating the grass. So 1902 at the milk cow on the sod shack. Anyways,
that's a song in the making right there.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
and I bet he wished he owned goats instead at that point. Yeah.
I was riding with my dad in the combine, and he was telling me all these stories. But so I grew up on the family farm. The farm has been in the family here since for 118 years, and then and that's where the place that I'm living now. But so my dad and grandpa, they farmed this land, and then a country music singer by the name of Wilf Carter, he lived just 4 miles to the west of us. And Wilf was a famous singer from Eastern Canada. And then he was touring New York, and he was touring Alberta, and he was touring Montana, and his stage name in the US was Montana Slim. And then he got in a bad car wreck, I think in the late 30s. And so he couldn't perform because of the injuries, and so he moved to the Cremona Dog Pound area, and he lived for a decade in that area. But then his health started getting better, so then he started writing more songs. Then he started performing with down at the radio station CFAC in Calgary. And then in 1956, my grandpa bought his ranch, and that's where I grew up. Was that family home?
I like it.
Fun fact, and this is actually behind me, which is right over here, is Will Carter's record player. So
what? Oh,
yeah,
cool.
So, and there's actually so when my grandpa bought the farm, and so it's an old Victrola, an old wind up Victrola. That's cool.
That is really cool.
So you wind it up, and then you kind of you wind it up, and then you take it over, and then this record spins. We're gonna play some Will Carter for you today, Jody.
Oh, awesome. Cried.
Fun stuff.
Man, that would be a lot of work listening to it. You wouldn't want to listen to a lot of records if you had to wind every single one of them.
Oh yeah. So that is Will Carter's record player. That a little bit of a tangent. My ADD took off there, but
that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking with your I was just thinking, listening to you tell that you're a good storyteller. You always have been. That's what makes you an excellent songwriter, though. But just listening to us more, I'm like, who else wants like Blake Reid to read them stories before bed? I have another idea for you. You could just record some books on tape or do some meditation reads, and we can sell that for you.
Is it on tape now, or is it podcasts?
Oh, I say tape, but I mean digital. Let's be honest. I got to date myself a little bit too sometimes. So it is what it is. Now, some people will recognize your name, especially if they're in, well, I mean, I guess you were all over the world with it too, but we did have a big screening of it in High River, and it was, you did a documentary sharing songs, and it was called No Roads In, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great project. We picked a location that was just southeast of High River, and it was gorgeous. It was an old house that was basically abandoned since 1939. It was centered in an ocean of wheat. There was no road in, and we took the band and film crew in there, and we recorded an album live off the floor, and we battled the wind and the rain and the bugs, and yeah, it was fantastic. And because there wasn't a way in, we called it No Roads In. So yeah, it's out there right now. It's on CBC documentary channel, and it airs again November 6th.
Now, will it be available for people if they wanted to own a copy at some point? I don't know if people still own copies of, what are they called now? DVDs?
Yeah.
CDs or whatever. Like, can we, or will it only ever be something online?
No, we're gonna have a full release here. So we're releasing it just before Christmas, the soundtrack and the film. So we have a first single coming out from the project, and a commercial album coming out in early November, and then No Roads film and soundtrack will follow. So yeah.
Some of us have been waiting a little while for this.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. Patience.
Good things take time. That's what you're supposed to say, right? Yeah. But I think it's good. It will finally be here, and it's going to be full of great songs. And so if people go and check out this website that we're promoting right down here, they can go follow along and know when it's all ready.
That's right. Yeah.
Everybody can have a little piece of Blake Reid for Christmas. Is that
there
what
we
you're saying?
go. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm just here to do the shameless plugs for you. How am I doing so far?
You do a great job.
Thanks. I'm learning. I'm in training to be your merch bitch. I don't know. I'm in a coffee shop this morning, so I don't know if people are going, why is that blonde girl talking to her computer so strangely?
Have you told everybody where you're at this point?
No, I'm always in a secret location.
That's a gorgeous part of the world.
It seems more mysterious.
Is it?
I don't know. No, I'm in Crested in BC, and it is beautiful here. I love this town. It is so gorgeous.
It's awesome.
I like.
My uncle used to live there. It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I love
it was.
it.
Yeah, I just the way that there's like a mountain and then farmland and then orchards and then wineries. Like you've got the best of everything here.
What else do you need?
I don't know. A Blake Reid documentary and a CD. That's it. That's all
As soon
that's
as you
left.
said winery, I'm like, well, shoot, let's go there.
Let's do this. So, what are you feeling today? Do you feel like singing a song on Coffee Chat, or do you want to just keep talking? Where are you at?
Yeah, I mean, I could. What?
It's totally up to you. Does anybody watching want to hear Blake sing a song? Maybe you should put that in the comments, and we'll entice them to sing one. There's always a bit of a delay, so hurry, everyone. Say it as quickly as you can. I can pretty much vouch for them that they'll want to hear you sing a song. I know these people.
It's always
They're
fun to play music really early in the morning.
Oh, I know. Singers, songwriters love that. I remember everyone would want to come on and hang out on the morning show, and then they're like, wait, we have to sing before 7 p.m. This is not cool.
I remember when you were at the radio station and I would have to leave like 4:45 to get there in time, and for a musician, that's like
that's really gross. Yeah. No, I always knew, and that's why I would try to be so kind to everybody when they came in, because I think, gosh, if you're going to get up so early and drive all the way to be on my show, we need to reciprocate that back. So I was like, go ahead, play the whole album, whatever you want to do, we will do this. So it goes the same way for an online show. We've just switched the platform now, so whatever. That's why I put your website in giant letters at the bottom. So
nice.
And we got several absolutely yeses, do this, yes, 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 from all the people watching. So
okay,
you're on the hook for a song, bud.
All right. Should we? Are we going to do it now? Do you want to do it right now, or what's our schedule here?
Well, we usually go for about 20 minutes or so, but we really can do whatever we want. That's the fun part about being online.
Do I have time to tell the story about this song?
Yes, of course you do. That's what we want.
Make sure it's in tune. I was, like I said, I was lost in a song when you had texted me and say, hey, we're on in 5 minutes. I'm like, shoot, is it 9 o'clock already?
Yeah, what happened?
So as Jody and I were talking, that I grew up on the family farm, and it was it's just nestled in the foothills in southwestern Alberta, and we had a ranch there. We had a mess of cows. We had probably 400 head of cows when I was a kid, and then we had a feedlot, and we had a big farm. And down the road, we had an old blind neighbor. I don't know if you've heard this song before, Jody, but and this neighbor's name was Mac Turnbull, and he was such a colorful character. He was, when I got to know him, he was probably about 70 years old, and I was probably maybe 12 years old, and I had a motorbike, and my job was to drive down to Mac and his wife, whose name was Molly, to drive down to Mac and Molly's and check the heifers. We would run our heifers down on their land. And Dad would always say, well, make sure you stop and see Mac and Molly, because they would like to see you and they would like to have a visit. So either myself or me and my brother, we would go down there, and Mac would come out to the gate, and he always wore, like he would use old broke cream, and he had his hair slicked back, and then he wore really suspenders and like a white shirt buttoned up to the neck. And then he'd say, "Well, you guys come on in," and he'd have old percolated coffee on a stove, and you don't know how old the coffee was. Like, we're like 12 years old, and he said, "Well, you better have a cup of coffee. If you do a man's work, you better have a man's drink." So he'd pour us a cup of coffee, and it was probably days old. And then Molly would go and dig up some ice cream, like the old freezer burnt vanilla ice cream out of
Oh,
out of the freezer
with that layer of ice on top.
give us some ice cream. But Mac had such insight for he lost his eyesight when he was 14 years old, and so he lived most of his life without vision. But he had one-liners, and he had really good for a 12-year-old boy. He had really good direction and old cowboy farmer type advice. And so this is a song that is a tribute to Mac Turnbull. It's basically that story. It's called Price of a Good Day. I think it's kind of fitting because it's Thanksgiving up here in Canada. Old man Mac lived 2 miles down the road. He kept cowboy coffee perking on the stove, and he rolled his own smoke. His voice crackled as he spoke. I love to laugh at the old man down the road. Old man Mac lost his eyes in 54. He'd say, if you drive, son, you can take my old blue Ford. His dog Duke was on the seat with his muzzle against Mac's knee. The old man smiled and said these words to me. Say the price of a good dog is a broken heart. You find freedom in your soul, son, if you work hard. Tell me about the good days. They don't cost much anything. Just a little bit of time, love, faith. That's a price of the good days. Well, his wife Molly would pour us both a cup. She'd say this house is small, but we really have so much. 'Cause we built it all on love, left the rest within God's grace. Mac would smile and put his arm around her waist. He'd say the price of a good love is an open heart. A good woman who's your best friend. Hold her in your arms. Let me tell you about the good days. The sun rises the same way till you find a little time, love, faith. That's the price of the good days. It ain't what you own, son, it's what you pass on. But won't you pass me the last slice of mom's apple pie, son? The price of a good life is a willing heart. A simple prayer and a coffee will give the day a good start. Let me tell you about the best days. The sun rises the same way, and then you find a little time, love and faith. That's the price of the good days. Let me tell you about the good days. They don't cost much anything. Just a little bit of time, love, faith. And that's the price of the good days.
Yeah! Right, people? Oh my God, you're so good. I'm always feel so grateful that I have friends like you in my life. So thank you for sharing your gift with us today.
All the way
so good. All the way from we didn't even know if you'd be on the internet. We got some good. You just set Ross's day in motion, so thank you for that. And Mark said he's going to steal. You said Lost in a Song. He's a songwriter from Australia, so he's going to steal it. Maybe you co-write it together. Maybe that would be kinder. Since we're in the middle of a kindness revolution, Mark, that maybe would be nice. Give a little bone. So there you go. So what do you got planned for your day today?
Well, I got a little bit of work to do. I got to work on my building a studio out in my barn. So I'm gonna spend some time out there. I gotta weed whack some thistles. I gotta practice for a show for tomorrow that I'm playing down at King Eddie. And then that will be it. So
Is that sold out now?
I'm not sure. It's
Is there still
limited
tickets, do
seating.
you know?
Yeah, there might be a few. I don't know, but it's limited seating, so I think it's probably going to be pretty tight. But if people need to, they can go on the King Eddie website and reserve a table. So and it is live. It is broadcast as well. So that's kind of cool. It's with that homegrown series that Craig Senek Initiatives is supporting. So they film it and send it out to the world too. So it will be on Facebook tomorrow night as well. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay. And you'll probably post links to that on your socials for people, right?
Jody, I don't know how to copy and post stuff like that. I'll do something.
I could I'll help you out with that. How about that? That I could do. Yeah. I think I still have access to your band page, so we can put some stuff on there.
I'm from Dog Pound. I'll write it on a piece of paper and I'll hold it up to the camera.
I'm not going to lie. I knew the answer to that question when I asked it, but still throw it out there anyway, just because I can.
Mm-hmm.
There was something else I was going to ask, and I don't remember now what it was. Yeah, the part of I don't know how people age through media, because maybe people start to write down the questions because you don't remember them the way you used to.
Don't you have a teleprompter on the other side of like a film crew that sends you messages on the teleprompter?
I wish. I'm not that cool. Not at all. The only time I worked with a film crew is when your documentary thing. I had a film crew then because it was your film crew.
Yeah.
So it was good. But yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Going into Thanksgiving this weekend, do you have any sort of traditions or your favorite thing that you know that you have to, hopefully someone in the family makes it, or will you see any of your family?
We're excited. We're like all my siblings we all live within 3 miles of each other. And then my parents live just down the road where I grew up. So we're fortunate that my dad had a lot of land, so we all have built places or moved into places that were on the family farm. And I mean, sometimes we scrap like cats and dogs, but we really do love each other, and so it's a good time to get together with family. Whether it's Easter or Thanksgiving or Christmas. And my dad and my brother just finished harvest. They finished up the night before last, and it was my dad's like 66th year running combine. So he's like 81 years old. Big time off that combine. So I think we're going to maybe celebrate a little bit on Sunday or Monday and cook up a turkey and get together and have some laughs. And we used to do a turkey go out and shoot like turkeys.
Yeah.
Like sporting plays that everybody looks out with their shotguns, and I don't know if we're going to do that or not. We might just hunt it out.
We'll see, I guess. Yeah. They're starting to make some fancy coffees in the background. Can you hear that? It's really loud all of a sudden.
I thought somebody was ripping like newspapers or something.
No, I think they're frothing. They're frothing the milk. It's fancy coffee shop that I've been there before. Yeah, it's good. It's a really cute place. But anyway, well, we wish you a very happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I guess if you all live there, your whole family is Dog Pound. It's really just family town.
It is, yeah.
Town.
There's like 10 of us, and one is not family. So yeah.
But that guy feels weird. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's good, but I appreciate you taking time to be our Fun Friday guest today, and best of luck also with the release of this music and this documentary. I know it's been a passion project in the works for a long time for you, so I know it will feel really good to just release it to the world, literally and figuratively. So that's good.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, Jody, and you have a great Thanksgiving too, and tell your boy happy Thanksgiving and enjoy your family, and we'll catch you somewhere down the road. Hey, buddy.
He says happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You bet, buddy.
Yeah, it's good. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. Also, thank you for being a part of our virtual coffee club today. Have a good one.